Thanks for joining us. This is Ben Television News. I am Nkiru Obuli. Here are the top stories. Nigerian soldiers flee to Cameroon following fierce fighting with Boko Haram insurgents. The main opposition party in Nigeria, All Progressives Congress, suffers another loss as Chief Tom Ikimi announces his withdrawal from the party. And in sports, Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi resumes work preparatory to Nigeria's 2015 Africa's Cup of Nations qualifiers. Now on the news. No fewer than 480 Nigerian soldiers has fled into Cameroon following fierce fighting with Boko Haram insurgents. The Cameroonian army spokesman, Lieutenant Colonel Didier Bacheg, who confirmed this, said the troop had already been disarmed. But the Director of Defense Information, Major General Chris Olukolade, said the soldiers merely strayed into Cameroon and therefore were not deserters. Reports have it that Boko Haram insurgents had at about 5:15 a.m. on Monday invaded Gambaru, forcing both civilians and soldiers to flee to Cameroon. The Enugu State House of Assembly has removed the state's Deputy Governor Sunday Onyebuchi from office. The Assembly voted Tuesday morning to sack Mr. Onyebuchi. The Assembly accused Mr. Onyebuchi of operating a commercial poultry at his residence and of disobeying Governor Chime, charges that under the law do not qualify as impeachment offenses. The Deputy Governor's removal is believed to have been masterminded by Governor Sullivan Chime. The main opposition party in Nigeria, the All Progressives Congress, has suffered another loss as one of the national chairmanship aspirants, Chief Tom Ikimi, announced his withdrawal from the party. All has not been well between Ikimi and the leadership of the party since its national convention that saw to the emergence of John Oyegun-led national executives of the party. It will be recalled that a key figure of the party, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, has just dumped the party last week for the ruling People's Democratic Party. The chairman, Transition Monetary Group, Comrade Ibrahim Zikirullahi, has called on the presidency not to militarize the electoral processes as this will not go well for the country. Zikirullahi made this call at the group's annual general meeting in Abuja, a forum believed to help reclaim Nigeria from the morass of bad governance which has undermined the struggles and sacrifices of the heroes of the country's democracy. Zikirullahi noted that the statutory responsibility of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, as the electoral umpire must be respected to the latter. A representative of the Nigerians in diaspora at the just concluded National Conference, Christian Udechukwu, has called on the National Assembly to act positively in respect to the Nigerians in diaspora's quest to exercise their civic rights and the democratic process. Udechukwu stated this in a chat with our correspondent, Muyiwa Bamidele, in Abuja.
It's for the National Assembly to act, and to act positively. Number one is, we know that the bill for the Diaspora Commission has been before the National Assembly, and now it has gone through through separate readings, and now the National Conference has reaffirmed it, so we expect that bill to pass into law and for the commission to be established. Number two is that the right to vote for Nigerians in diaspora, which is a constitutional right, has also been approved by the National Conference, which means that whilst we were hearing today that the chairman of the INEC, National Electoral Commission, has expressed fear as to whether he is able to organize elections for Nigerians in diaspora by 2015. And we can understand that because since the president has just received the report today, there are some legal provisions and perhaps some financial ones which will have to be made, as well as logistic planning, in order to ensure that Nigerians are able to vote when that is mandated. However, it may not be possible in early February. So we understand that, but at the same time we insist that that right to vote must, if not exercised now, be exercised without fail by 2019.
A non-governmental organization, Action Aid, has called on the National Assembly to fully engage civil society organizations working on maternal health in budget planning for proper accountability. Addressing stakeholders working on budget accountability for maternal health in Abuja, Program Coordinator, Action Aid, Esther Agbon, stressed the need to monitor the performance of the budget.
We analyzed the Action Aid carried out analysis of the budget to elicit information on allocations to maternal and child health within the budget that can assist stakeholders and partners working on maternal health to monitor the performance of the budget, because it's important you know where the money is before you can actually monitor. You know what projects have been budgeted for before you can monitor, and so that's the essence of this meeting.
Analyzing the maternal and child health provision in the 2014 budget, she noted that 26 million Nigerian children between 0 to 5 years need routine immunization against polio. And now to foreign news. In what appears to be fresh hope for Ebola victims, Japan has expressed its readiness to provide its anti-influenza drug as treatment for the deadly virus. Briefing journalists in Tokyo, Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshihide Suga said Japan was ready to offer the drug Favipiravir, which was developed by Toyama Chemical, a subsidiary of Fujifilm, anytime the World Health Organization requested it. Approved by the Japanese Health Ministry in March, Favipiravir is a tablet developed for the treatment of novel and reimagined influenza virus. Malawian President Peter Mutharika has shut down a proposal to hike cabinet minister's pay to almost triple his own salary amidst austerity measures following foreign aid flights. The cabinet secretary asked for a six-fold increase of the 20 minister salary to $8,800 a month to cover the higher cost of living, according to presidential spokesman Frederick Ndala. Malawi is weathering an economic storm after donors who contribute 40% to the state budget last year withdrew aid worth $150 million over a massive government corruption scandal. We'll take a short break now. When we return, the Nigerian government boosts agriculture with 50 billion naira. That will be in business news after the break. Please stay with us.
Strength as a nation lies in our unity. Come rain or shine, this great promise called Nigeria will stand. Nigeria truly cares. For our parents, our soldiers will definitely bring back our girls. Say no to terrorism. Nigerians, indeed, we will overcome. This message is from the National Orientation.
Welcome back. Now to business. The Nigerian government has approved the sum of 50 billion naira for establishment of agricultural mechanization support fund to speed up the full establishment of the 1,200 private sector-driven agricultural equipment hiring enterprises across all states of the Federation. President Goodluck Jonathan stated this in Abuja during the commissioning of the new 100,000 metric ton silo complex and flag off of the private sector-driven agricultural equipment hiring enterprises in Kwali. Our correspondent, Elem Chukwemeka, completes the reports.
Commissioning the silo, the president, represented by his vice, Mohammed Namadi Sambo, said the Ministry of Agriculture has completed a total of 6 silos with a total capacity of 250,000 metric tons since 2013. An additional 625,000 metric tons will be completed by December 2014, making a total of 885,000 metric tons completed within 2 years. This, he added, would be released to private sectors to use to store grains.
part of our drive to limit the handholds and cutlasses and to replace them with modern agricultural equipment, I direct the Central Bank of Nigeria to set aside a sum of 50 billion naira. This support fund will allow and speed up the full establishment of the 1,200 private sector-driven agricultural equipment hiring enterprises across all states of the Federation.
The Vice President also stated that agricultural agenda in the country is working well and achieving great strides, stressing that Nigerian e-wallet system was being replicated in several African countries.
Government is putting in place a new model where private sector-driven mechanization services and programs will be rolled out across Nigeria through a public-private partnership.
Earlier, the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Adeshina Akinwumi, commended the President for his strong support for the ministry, stressing that his vision was very supportive of the agricultural roadmap.
Hoes and cutlasses do not reflect a modern agricultural system. Therefore, Nigeria must, as a matter of national priority and urgency, fully mechanize the agricultural sector, because hoes and cutlasses simply reflect suffering. As we change this, we must also change the model of achieving rapid mechanization in Nigeria. We must aggressively privatize the mechanization of agricultural machineries in Nigeria. I wish to state, Mr. Vice President, very clearly that the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development no longer buys and distributes tractors.
Special Advisor to the Minister and Chairman Advisory Ministerial Mechanization Committee, Dr. Adekunle Ahmed, while speaking to Ben TV, said the ministry now supports the private sector to drive the mechanization of Nigerian agriculture, adding that what was witnessed at the launch was the establishment of what has come to be known as agricultural equipment hiring enterprises driven by the private sector.
Yeah, ordinary farmer gets access to this by visiting the agricultural equipment hiring enterprise located in their area. In each area, the AEHE, Agricultural Equipment Hiring Enterprise, is demand-driven. In a particular area where there is demand, tractor intensity is low, the density is low, and we know that when we put 5 units of tractors there, it will generate revenue. It is deployed there, and the deployment of the 5 units of tractors means the peasant farmers with 1 hectare, 2 hectare, we walk into that enterprise and pay 10,000 naira to get mechanization services for 1 day, for 1 hectare.
From Kwali Area Council, LM Chukwemeka reports for Ben TV.
And now to entertainment news. Rap star Ja Rule and R&B singer Ashanti will thrill their Nigerian fans as part of an event to mark this year's Independence Day celebration. The show, tagged Warri Again the Flagship, is scheduled for October 1st in Warri, Delta State. They will be supported by some Nigerian music stars including Davido, Wizkid, Tiwa Savage, Inyanya, Cheishe, Yemi Alade, Dr. Sid, Daddy Shoki, Flavor, and Orishafemi. Warri Again is a show aimed at rebranding Warri and making it a destination for entertainment. Nollywood diva Omotola Jalade Ekinde has praised the transformation of the power sector in Nigeria. She attested that there is an significant improvement in electricity supply in the country. She further added that President Jonathan has initiated some reforms, including the roadmap on power that guaranteed massive access to electricity. And now to sports. Goodluck Jonathan has praised the Falconet despite losing 1-0 to Germany in the final of FIFA Under-20 Women World Cup held in Canada. In a statement issued by presidential spokesman Dr. Ruben Abati, Dr. Jonathan equally noted that the Falconets possess the potential to be great and a force to be reckoned with in women's football. The National Sports Commission has confirmed that Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi has agreed to resume work preparatory to Nigeria's 2015 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. In a statement in Abuja by Patrick Omorodion, the special advisor on media to the NSC chairman Tami Danagogo, he said Keshi's decision was based on Danagogo's intervention. The matches are slated for September 6 at home in Calabar against Congo and September 10 away in South Africa. And here's where we wrap up Ben Television News. Before we go, here's a look at the major stories. Nigerian soldiers fled into Cameroon following fierce fighting with Boko Haram insurgents. The main opposition party in Nigeria, All Progressives Congress, suffer another loss as Chief Tom Ikimi dumps the party. The Malawian Prime President Peter Mutharika rejects a proposal to hike cabinet ministers' pay. And in sports, Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi resumes work preparatory to Nigeria's 2015 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Nkiru Obuli.